What's going on, guys? It's Steez from NetsGC. Today, I'm going to be going over just the main defense rotations in competitive 2K and what we be using in the 2K league. This is for you teams that feel like you have a good defense, but every once in a while, the point guard starts going a little crazy and they start scoring a little bit, and we got to switch it up and adjust. So one of the first rotations that you guys are going to see, this is just a typical triangle. Very simple. What it is your lockdown is going to play more of his middle and force him to the wing. And you being the power forward or whoever's on the back end of the pick and roll is going to scream up really high to the wing, make sure this shot doesn't go off right here by the guard, and then you're going to rotate down to the corner if you're the power forward. So you come up, you show, and then you get to the corner, and then your center is going to drop. In this instance, he shoots it, which is interesting because, you know, I'm clearly here. But let's say he wasn't going to shoot this, then I'm immediately showing and getting right to this corner so my center can get down here for the roll pass or for the rebound. He ends up shooting it, and they end up getting the board, but that's the rotation. So one more time. It's triangle. He's playing his middle. Forces him wing. I show. He shoots a heavy. That's about as easy as a rotation as you can get. It's one of the very simple but effective ones that can help out if you feel like a guard's really in that pass mode and you need to get him in that shooting mode. Or if he's in the shooting mode, you can get in the passing mode a little bit more. Sometimes you got to make other players beat you, and that's just what it is. This is our stack call. So stack and kings are the same thing. After they reset it here, you'll see it. Stacking kings is your lockdown is going to play his wing side. Power forward or whoever's on the back end of the pick and roll is going to come up to the middle. Make sure no shot gets off the middle. That is your job when kings or stack gets called and you're on the back end of the pick and roll. You show right here. You scream to the shooting guard. Your shooting guard drops down to the corner and the center gets in the paint. So here it is in live action. So no shot there. Now I have the shooting guard. You can see Reed right here. He drops down to the corner, and Dane dropped down to the paint, and we're good, and everything's D'd up here. They end up getting a lucky shot, but that's the simple rotation right there, and that is very effective because you have a lot of moving parts, and it's hard for sometimes the point guard to see what's going on over there. Next one is over here. All right, so right off rip, you have rotations. We've been calling a couple rotations this game, so my lockdown wanted to just do a complete switch, and sometimes that's really great because if you're showing too many rotations, eventually, and I'll show you later on in the video, those guards are going to start guessing rotations, and you're going to give up threes because you make it too predictable that you're calling rotation. So right now, instead of rotation, what we do is we decide to call just a straight up defensive switch, and it's just me taking the guard and my lockdown taking the center. So he goes middle. Instead of calling rotation, I took point guard, and my lockdown, you can see he's on the roll right here. Guard tries to get a crab on me. We end up blocking it, and we're going the other way. So sometimes instead of calling just a straight rotation, you can make it super simple, make it 2v2. And all you got to do is just completely switch everything. And sometimes that really messes with the point guards a lot. And now we have one of our last rotations. So this isn't really a rotation. I remember this one. This one was me playing high, like a little too high, I believe. And what happens is... Oh no, this one where I get a good jump. So right here, boom, get a good jump. This is another thing you got to watch out for when you're playing center. So like, yeah, this is kind of like stack, but without even calling it. Just center, or your lockdown gets clipped. Point guard gets open. You got to sell out, and your team's got to adjust. So your center, even my point guard tried to come down here, get a box for me in the paint. They end up still getting the board, but that's just the normal just rotation that you guys need to look out for. If you're a power forward and like your center gets clipped and it's time to, you got to make an instinctive decision. That's the big one right there. Now I'm going to show you what happens when you call too many rotations and it's too obvious at this point. So you'll see right here, this team had also been calling a few rotations the whole game, but you'll see they give it away too easily. And my team's on offense right now, and you'll see what happens when a smart guard like Reed reads these rotations coming and you make a team pay for it. So right here, you could tell, if you guys remember from earlier, it's called kings or stack, where the power forward gives up no shot middle and then goes to the wing. This lockdown right here, or this shooting guard right here, is going to drop down to the corner, and then this center drops to the paint. But when you're playing this high and you show it too early, a smart guard is going to make the read. So watch, he knows that this is stacked because obviously this power forward is not giving up this shot. So he instantly screams the pass to me in the corner, and we get a good look at it, and we end up capitalizing. So that's going to be the negative of giving up your your rotations too easily. Like you could see, Reed hasn't even made the move middle yet, and this power forward's already up. So it makes it too obvious, and that's kind of how you get exposed on the rotation. Hopefully this helps a little bit. They're pretty simple rotations, but they're very effective in 2K, especially if you have the right team that knows their role and their rotations, and they're not selfish and worried about their man scoring. You know, the motto is always help the helper. So if you guys have that mentality with your rotations and you're always communicating, you should be fine. You should be getting more stops. So hopefully this works out for you guys. Let me know in the comment sections if you guys want to know anything a little bit more about defense or rotations or sets that you could possibly run. But other than that, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you guys next time.